Alright, so doing a lot of research, I found out this is why there's animals and this is why there's humans. Okay, so billions of years ago on the meteorite, there was bacteria. The bacteria went from the meteorite and all that came into the DNA, into the water. And what happened, there was a mutation of the bacteria which created different cells and different organisms. That's why we have the first animal, which was the jellyfish, and then we had an all and you have to think about this on a large scale, billions of years, and also another thing is why there's no different species now. It's because the universe back then was going through different changes of cycles. It was totally different. We didn't even have the gases we have today. Things were just starting forming. And this is why, and this is how, and why we have humans and animals. So basically, it all started from the bacteria. The bacteria have mutations because nothing is perfect. Obviously, if it was, you could say this is for God. From our deformities, from our abnormalities. So this is why there's humans and animals. So this bacteria in Mars, so that meteor crashed light, and the temperature of the planet was totally different. Space, all was different, caused mutations. And yes, it involved in water, and the first was the jellyfish, and the fish, and since there was mutations, we adapted. That's why actually, from the mudfish we have ears from them. We have tails. That's why Dawkins says was from the fish. Then from the fish on the land, we developed over billions of years from eukaryotic cells to prokaryotic cells to the things evolved from the water to the land, and we started evolving into which are our cousins, are the gorillas, and the mutation from the land caused that split, and that's why we're humans. We're not monkeys. It's because they're our ancestors. That's why we looked at them. That's why we have the exact same brain, except their brain is bigger. P.C. Myers, saying, and that's why we have limbs. And so technically, the first human didn't look like us. It looked like a crossbreed of a gorilla or orangutan to a human. We kind of had and actually nowadays some people actually, if you look closely, I'll give you an example. Arnold Schwarzenegger, the facial structure kind of looked like a gorilla. Some humans, but not all. So, for instance, no disrespect to Arnold Schwarzenegger, but or as well as different other people, and that's why. So we developed in multiple. Not only first to start with the fish, and then the gorilla, and then of course the aliens. They played any part. They gave us our DNA, which has the coding instructions, which they gave us for Mars. We probably don't have any aliens now because they're wiped out. And there might be some. Most of the species from the dinosaurs were extinct from the meteorite. There might be some alive in some video, but not very many. And that's why we're not evolving. Now, if years from now the universe had a total climatic change, like, I don't know, gases were decreasing, the universe started to get hot all of a sudden, or cold all of a sudden, we would even have evolution to this day. But the universe hasn't done that and will not do that, because unless there was some kind of galactic thing in space going on that would take us back to that process where universe would change again, from unknown reason, It's like if there was an alien galactic battle, which could have caused that. And of course, the user is expanding, and it's done.